Good evening, everyone out there in internet land, and welcome to tonight's Tinker Tailor Solder Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name is Ian Horner, and I'm your host for today, as I usually am in these particular streams. Today we've got a treat for you that I wanted to pull out a while back, a couple few episodes ago, and it was because it was Kansas Fest, the wonderful festival celebrating the life and continued useful life of the Apple II series of computers. It was my first chance to actually be involved in the festival, and got to do it online because that's how everything is happening these days. So, you can see the friend in the back here. This is an Apple II GS WAS edition, which I did not realize at the time when I purchased it was one of the earlier models, which could be an issue. Let me see what I can say about that. I haven't had that out of the box that it came in probably since I purchased it back in the late 90s, so that's going to be fun to see how that goes. We got, ROM01, yeah, Lady Eliros. I'm looking into ROM options for it as we speak. What else can I say about that? So we're going to get to that in a bit, because the thing that's actually on the docket for today is the keyboard. This was graciously provided to me by friends in the chat here, Rexadecimal and Lady Eliros, and they tracked down one of my favorite keyboard models of all time, which was the Apple II GS keyboard, or the Apple Desktop Bus keyboard. No bloody 1A, B, C, D, or extension. This is just everything you need in the worst possible Aero configuration. But that's the issue, is that a few of them, we gotta say mostly Rex was responsible for that. Well, thank you definitely for that. I'm going to need to get some equipment here in a second. Regardless, so some of the keys, only two of them actually, do stick, and I can't remember where the other one was. Oh, M, there we go. So M and right. Yeah. So we're gonna have to replace these keys. Problem being that I almost ordered the wrong ones, because I thought that this was the Alps switched version of the keyboard, but turns out that this was in fact the one with the SMK switches. So yeah, we are going to have to get out our key puller from the other room and install these friends here, these nice new SMK key switches. No, it's okay. They're all good. And also, I like having different keys. I like having a multitude of different keyboards, because it just means that interesting. The B key is loose. Oh, it's probably just wasn't firmly in its position. We'll get to that in a second. I'm going to be right back as I run to the... I can't run to the other room because I haven't unpacked it yet. I don't know where my keyboard pullers are. So we'll have to work with that. Juracinth, your Model M, pay no attention to talk of good or bad keyboards. A Model M is a fine keyboard, and I am looking forward to taking possession of a 60% Model M that just got put up by Unicomp, I think, or PC Keyboards recently. Well, they designed it and are producing it, and one day it'll come to me, and that'll be cool. Mercado, that's a good point, is that these keyboards supported they don't have a keyboard, or they don't have a keyboard, they don't have a cable coming out of it. They've got two keyboard ports for the Apple serial bus, which uses the same keyboard cable, but is not the same interface as S-Video. So you can just use S-Video cables as keyboard cables, or vice versa. But as you point out, yeah, you have the choice as to which side you want to plug it in on, so you can use it left-handed or right-handed, as the case may be. I think we'll be okay without a full-on key puller. Let me just see. I mean, if we've got the B out, that means I can probably yank the M pretty easily too. There, good. And then the M, we'll get that too. You know what, let me switch camera angles so that you can come with me on my working journey. So yeah, point is we're going to fix this keyboard, install some new switches, and then we're going to crack open the 2GS, install some toys, and have some fun there. Yeah, these do come off quite easily. I have to say that you, friends, did the hang-up job restoring this keyboard, and I immediately hecked it the heck up. Turns out that the backplate is very sensitive to keyboard pullers, so if you don't use a plastic one, you're going to mark it up. So I'm going to have to go in there and unheck that out myself. It was hecked up when you got it. I remember the pictures. I remember the picture, seeing those, and it was dirty. Let me tell you, it was great. We'll be able to compare colors. I mean, you can probably see a bit there already. Just the difference in white balance between the keyboard, which has been handily retro-brighted, and the case, which has been handily... there we go. Alright, but we're going to have to get into the back here, so I'm going to stick you in my... There we go. I can still look at the camera. I can still look at you in the chat there. There we go. Corey has returned to the tilty zones. The crystal gondola, yes.
The palatial tilty house manor.
Oh, yeah. Let's open that up. Kano says, I love Apple tech from this era and have been looking forward to this episode since it was on the schedule last time. Yeah, me too. But I'm glad to have finally gotten around to this, because there are plans that I have for this GS, in addition to just being a great piece of machinery in its own right. Kind of wanted to just have an old school terminal just running in the house for random Google searches or what have you. Oops, that's right. I did unfortunately block off access to the kegerator from the other side of the table for the show, so...
Rude.
You're welcome. Oops, you know what? I forgot to tweet. Let's tweet, because otherwise I'm a bad streamer. Stream tweet, last photo, it is Tinker Tailor Solder Fry. Let's make that from the loading ready runs, and we are working with some vintage Apple IIGS hardware. Looks good. Going. Tweets. Yeah, that's kind of my plan, Lady Aliros. Though, ooh boy, that's going to be next on my list, is probably tracking down an Apple IIc at some point. The Apple IIc was my first computer, for those of you who weren't, or for those of you who don't necessarily remember everything about me, like myself. Ooh. Let's get those screws out of there. Okay, that's the base. What a good base it is. Oh, this is such a good little case. Good little board here. What's in the back of my screwdriver? Nothing. It's just the screwdriver that is LED powered, can runs a Creative Commons based open source firmware, and can play Tetris, because it's important that your keyboard be able to play Tetris. All right. So in order to get those of course it had to be the keys that are behind the shield. Okay. Oh no, pterodactyl. Well, I unfortunately had go ahead and use my stream description, because that's, I think that was a better one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with the EM shield, but I mean, it can be banged up or not. It still performs the function, right? Okay. That's just a single one screw there, and I bet this is very slightly adhered. Yes, it is. You know what? I might not actually. I might not actually need to get behind there. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, so the solder joints don't actually. Okay. So what I'm worried about here is how we need to get this key off, because I think. Oh. Yeah, I bet that screw is over tightened. Yeah, I'm just not going to yank on that too much. Let's throw that screw back in here because I think we can leave it as is. Now, do these keys, do they require the removal of the plate before we can remove the key? Actually, I'm going to just go away for 1 second here to blow my nose, if you'll excuse me. Back. Alright, well, as long as I'm going to be looking straight down, I might as well bring you guys with me, bring you folks with me as well. Okay. So let's have a look at these switches here. And the switches appear to just be able, they're just fit in via friction. Or not friction, but the little clips. So this should be just a desolder, and then pull off, I guess. That seems to make it work. Absorbed tulip. Want to try to explain to your brother-in-law about the wood you burned to give my drinks a smoky flavor. Did the wood for that have a special name? It wasn't Lowe's specifically that I got it at. It was actually Canadian Tire here, but you'll find it in the you'll find it in the barbecue section. They're used for planking food. So, for if you wanted to smoke a salmon or just cook a salmon on a cedar plank or a cherry wood plank or what have you. But yeah, just small planks. Hopefully that helps. Okay, let's mark the ones that let's just do the ones we want to do. This one here is definitely our first one. And then I'm going to have to go run an extension cord because I did all my prep before the show. 100% of it. Ooh, what I'm excited to try, though, is something I picked up while I was in Lethbridge. That's these desoldering wicks from the Power Fist brand. Princess Auto. Why not? All right. Ah! My thumb! Yeah, Power Fist. It's a powerful brand. You know what? For $2 worth of desoldering wick, this is that's pretty good. How many is that? 5 feet, 10 feet for 10 bucks, or for 5? 10 feet for $2. That's good dealing. All right, let me get the soldering iron out of its big box. Ooh, the flux fell over. I don't like it when that happens. Soldering iron, cable, and wait, what the hell is this? Oh, that's for another episode. That's for a future episode. Where is my... There it is. Power adapter. And I'm just going to be gone for half a second while I plug in an extension cord. Where is my extension cord? Let's take this from over here. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to go back into the studio where all this stuff is already set up for me. Okay. Ah! Chunk that into there. Here, let's put this up where everyone can watch me do the things. Connect that there. And thread that Velcro down to the bottom. Oh no. Mac P2S. Oh. Ah! Ugh. Itomeshi, it's a fun little screwdriver, and I highly recommend it if you have the means. It's absolutely unnecessary, but it's fun. Oh yeah, the 2C is such a good... Everything that Apple put together in the Snow White design language. So the 2Cs, I love that design. It's probably my favorite series of products ever in terms of the way they look. Okay, that's a lot of solder in there, so we're going to really need to soak it up. I probably should have got the sucker, but you know what? We can probably make do with this. Okay. Nope. Heat up. (300 degrees Celsius) seems good. Okay, come on. Setting heating. There we go. Okay, now it's heating up. Now we relax just a bit. Oh yeah, the discs in the 2Cs were great. What I really want is to track down a Style Writer 2. No, sorry, not the Style Writer 2. Image Writer 2. Style Writer was my first printer. It looked good. It looked very good, but the Image Writer 2 still useful to this day. Open, desolder, crack open switches, ultrasonic, clean them in IPA. Lube the rails with super lube grease. Done. I think that's good. But yes, Lady Alios, you are correct in answering Tactus Vigil's question specifically about my own studios. This is, of course, as I try to say as often as possible, the crystal gondola of the palatial Main Tiltio Studios here in beautiful downtown Victoria, British Columbia. Man, this wick is kind of not great. Oh, here we go. I'm going to try... You know what? I'm going to actually try this against the quote-unquote nice wick that I bought. Rex Decimal, it is in fact a reference to my favorite broadcaster, who is now retired and unfortunately has passed. Not Bob McDonald. Bill Matheson out of Edmonton, Alberta, who was a weatherman for ITV, and also a radio broadcaster for 930 CJCA Talk Radio at the time. And he would start all of his broadcasts out with a little bit of a spiel, including, broadcasting to you from the crystal gondola of the palatial Main 930 CJCA studios here in beautiful downtown Edmonton, Alberta. And then he'd get into the actual preamble for the education, elucidation, enlightenment, emancipation, and mental emolument of the hoi polloi. This is the Bill and Bill show. So as a guy who really inspired me to get into broadcast and entertainment in general, I like to keep that around as sort of a tribute to him. Anyway, Mercado, yes, the studio name continued through the move because, well, everyone inside stayed the same too, so. Whew. Damn it, Ian, don't breathe in this. Don't breathe in the Taiwanese solder fumes. Nope. Okay, that's... I think I'm starting to get the hang of this, and I think we've, I think I'm going to go try going back to the Princess Auto stuff here now that I've figured out the little trick of kind of pushing out the weave here. Comes out very, very thin, but if you open the holes there a bit. Open the webbing, the medium, the substrate. There we go. Very careful not to lift pads. Every time I've tried to do something good in my life, I've lifted a pad. All right, that looks pretty clean there on those two holes. I don't know if we can... You know what, let me see if I can zoom that in there. I bet we can. Do I have any interest in large-scale projects like work on a full home build, framing building science or some building systems? I do enjoy that sort of stuff. I wouldn't mind doing a maybe a renovation of something. Oop, that's focus. Nope, that's too far away for me to zoom in. So you'll get what you get and you don't be upset. In terms of what exactly I'd like to do, that's a good question. But yeah, the idea of like whole home work does kind of intrigue me. Okay, let's have a look here again at how it is best that we remove these. So, ostensibly, they come in and click just underneath. So we'll probably want some sort of a screwdriver blade or something like that that can fit in there. Let's keep these there, and actually let's put those on top of the envelope so as to not confuse me later. Ah! Caps lock! How you do me like that, caps lock? Okay. Oh, this is going to be not so bad, I think. Have I separated that? Yep. Okay, just gotta move the pin over just a bit. This soldering iron is something I'm going to have to replace this year, I think. It's starting to get a bit ridiculous. All right. That's really cool, Tex. And I think, yeah, trying to build your own place is one of the coolest things a person can do in general, just because it's not something that a lot of people get to do, but it's also, you know, you're putting together the place you live in, so it's custom built for you. And no one else. Not their tastes, not their needs. Nice work, me. Now, the switch feels fine, which makes me worry, but we're just going to throw that out there to the side. Rex Decimal, no, I think it was always a bad iron. It was just that I never put two and two together to actually do to actually put in an RMA before the warranty expired. So I did get in contact with them, and they're actually quite nice, and they were willing to send me just the body as well for $50. But that was back before COVID hit, and so I haven't followed up because I'm sure things are going to be issues. Right. So that was the arrow, and the next one we need to do is M, which was which one? Remember M. So Q, V, B, N, M. Wait, N or M? Somebody go back to the beginning of this stream and find out. Let me just put some of these back. V, B, N, M. M. Definitely M. Whoops. Let's put that back. Okay. So M is the one. Okay. Oh, right next to the ugly one. But not actually the ugly one. Alright, and where's my soldering braid? It sounds like the two of you had a lot of fun with this particular one. It's the keyboard could possibly have been futzed with. It could also just been an old just an old build that no one ever looked into, and just it didn't rot, but it did just deteriorate over time. Okay, just about got everything out of that one. One of the things I really like about playing with keyboards too, is how easy it is to follow the traces and follow the design of the keyboard. So the more I've learned about them in the past year, actually, even, the more interesting it's, the deeper down the rabbit hole I've gone. I'm almost at the point where I'm now considering just straight up building my own board. Which I believe is a pretty common point for keyboard nerds to get to. And then this one needs, for this side, just keep that away from the edge while we, okay. This one might be a little bit more difficult to get to. Oh, wait, I feel it. It's the wrong key. Okay, maybe if we just try wedge, yep, and then wedge and pull. Yep, there we go. There we go! That's a clean release. Cleanish release. Okay, that goes away. Whew. Oh, hey! And we've... Oh, you know what? That reminds me I need to set up open up a window here. Boop, boop. Okay, this has been pretty simple to go through so far. Let's get these guys in. So these keys also. You know what? Let's do this. Let's get right in here for some interesting fun soldering. All right, so you can see these keys are also not even new old stock. They're just pulled off of other existing keyboards. So let's get that in there. So first off, we'll mount the key into the slot. Ow, that's my soldering iron, and that's gonna be a pretty good burn. Ooh. No, I did not remove the comma. Wait. M. Did I just... Fuck. Did I? I think I did. Let's put the M key back on. Yes, the M key sticks. Jesus. Oh well, at least the keyboard's easy to repair. Let's... There we go. Oh boy. So let me see here if I can remember which of these keys is the good one. Oh boy. Good job, me. Good job. Okay, let's remove the correct one first, and then we can try and decide which of those needs to go back in. Boo me. So it is kind of the nasty-ish one. Let's bring it in. There we go. And let's see here. Where's my desoldering braid? Cut that off. Let's get a bit of... Open it up a bit. Yep, there are two kinds of errors in computer repair. Off by one errors and user errors. Shit, I even messed up the joke. God damn it. The correct joke is there are two kinds of errors in computers. Off by one errors. You know, I need to get better jokes. Okay, soak it up, soak it in. Let me begin. Okay, there are 10 types of people. Those who do understand binary and those who do not. I love it. Alright, that takes care of that one. Partially, almost. Huh, this key is not playing as nice with me as previous ones were. God, now that I'm so flush with a desoldering braid, though, I'm an unstoppable monster with just how I'm going to use this. Oh, this is not going to go well. Oh, small blob of fresh solder on the joint might help. As would a decent soldering iron. Or it's slightly more reliable one, I guess, would just probably help more than anything else. Do you think flex might help this as well? No. That doesn't make any sense. Get hot. Oh wow, yeah, this is... There we go, that feels better. Yeah, the orange bits are supposed to suck up the solder. And they're doing it now. There we go. Ooh, maybe I need to... There we go. Now you're less directly in my face. God, I only need to do this just a bit more. Rexadecimal, I do have a backup soldering iron. It's actually prepared to go back to Princess Auto, believe it or not. But, you know what? This is my... I have a show where I use the word solder. What I should do is actually just approach the Miniware Corporation about maybe sponsoring me for a soldering iron. But I literally do it for my work. I should have the proper tools. The tools of a hobbyist. Come on. Suck. I think, you know what? We might... What I should have done as well probably is brought the solder sucker home from the office. That wasn't too smart of me. There we go. That's it. It's just in general an ugly practice. Okay. Let's get that in there. So what I'm going to do now is just heat up the pin and then keep it away from the holes while it cools. There we go. That just makes it easier to pull out. Okay. Whew. Let's flip it over and just get my meaty fingers in there. Yank that off. Now, very carefully pry it up on one side and do the thing carefully on the other. And there we go. That's a switch out. So that is a bad switch. That's known bad. I'm putting that in the known bad position. Let's solder in some known good switches here. Let's replace that with a known, or at least a new purchased. That's good sound. Here's the verb solder. Say it again, Frenchie. Solder. Solder. Okay. And here I thought we were going to get the soldering part done quicker than the quicker than taking a full hour. Let's just reset that again. Yeah, I do love this TS80 when it works. Maybe I should move to the other TS system, the non-USB-C one, for the next version. All right, well let's dab a wee bit of flux on there, just so that we get a nice, clean, and good connection. More like sous vide, and they. Soude. Yes, exactly. Plans rarely survive contact with the soldering iron. Okay. Little dab will do ya. You know, for all you Brill cream fans out there. Alright, let's hope that that's hot. That's a hot iron. In and boom. That's good. And then we'll do it again over here. A bit more. Just a bit more solder, please. Thank you. Put. Okay. That's one done. Next known new switch goes in the arrow position and is in fact not the comma. It's my favorite catchphrase from the that Dinosaurs series. You know, when the baby would come in and say, "Not the comma." You know what? I'm not funny. There they are. All right, let's dab that in there. Oh, see it? Yes, no, love the conical shape that occurs thanks to the surface tension of liquid metal. Never forget that when we do soldering, we are making and attaching things together with liquid metal. It's great. One. Two. Okay. I used to do my soldering with torches. Oh wow, no, yep, you're winning there, Lord Zerk. Okay, so that's good. So now we've got these two switches here. Can I tell which one is bad just by looking at them? No, of course not. Okay. Well, let's load them up each with a comma and an M respectively. Oh, wait a minute. No, because I would have desoldered them. And this one appears to stick right out of the gate. So that's a pretty good sign that that's not the one we want to keep. Let's double check this M though. That feels pretty good. That's probably the one we want. Okay, and in that case... Oh yeah, so this is something I learned about, and if I'm remembering my history correctly, one of the reasons why I'm actually glad that this is the non-Alps version, is that these keys, you can see, yeah, right there. So they've got a nice printing on them. Love the typeface that Apple chose too. Good texture, but they're double shot, which is something I don't think that the Alps ones were. I think they were just etched on, or they were dye sublimated on. So these keycaps will last forever. Oh. This one's getting hung up on something. Give it a hit with the soldering iron as we snap it in. Good. Now it's in place. There we go. Yeah, that, and I've already got 2 Alps keyboards already. An Apple Desktop Bus 2, which is, as we all know, one of my favorites. But I've also got the Apple Adjustable Keyboard, which was Apple's one and only stab at a ergonomic keyboard for the Macs. It actually had a split with a hinge at the top, and then a second sort of keyboard satellite module for itself with the cutest, like 3-inch long ADB connector cable. And I love that little thing because it had the keypad, the inverted T arrows, and the F keys as this, and the F keys were connected to little micro switches or surface mount buttons. So they have a real nice clack clack sound to them. That's not at all like a regular keyboard because it's not a regular keyboard. Anyway, that was probably one of my first eBay purchases, was getting that. I got it about the same time as the Thrustmaster joysticks that I've been working on. And absolutely love it. Might have to actually pull it out because it can probably use some repair or refurbishment at least. Okay, B, N, where's my N key? Where is my N? Oh, there it is. Whew. B, N, A, no, M. Although I do need to get back to watching B and A. Good stuff. First computer as a kid was an Apple IIGS. I don't really remember anything about the keyboard though, but it was like 10 years old. I was like 10 years old and just didn't notice these things. Yeah, most people, like, let's be honest, the best kind of keyboard is the keyboard that you never notice because it's so good that it's invisible and it gets out of your way in order to let you to do your work, without distractions and without anything getting in your way. It's just when you get people like me who who appreciate keyboards themselves for being keyboards that I am. That's when problems happen. So that's. Oh Jesus. Well, we're going to be doing some. I forget which way these arrows go on, so we're going to be doing some keyboard layout work later. But I think we've just about got this. We've got the keyboard back in place. So let's throw that together, and then we'll button that back up. Right. Because we've got a bit of a treat for the second half of the show. Sure. When I was much younger than I was now, back when a lot of people were just throwing away ancient Apple stuff, and I didn't have nearly the amount of respect for ancient technology that I do now, but I would try to find old broken things. Left, right, down, up. Well, that seems correct. I'll just take your idea right now. Left, right, down, up. We can change it if need be. To Google it. You know what? I've actually got. I'm going to continue on with my plan. Story time, though. Here again. Let's bring this back. So, loved these, and I would try to collect those whenever I could because they're a tiny piece of metal that's been painted with the logo, which is extremely expensive to do, especially in the 1980s, because they're tiny pieces, and there's no reason a company should do that other than that they're just, well, insanely great. But you'll note that there's a little hole back here that you can use to poke them out. And yes, you have to pop them out for RetroBrite. Good point. Did not know that, because I've never RetroBrited something before. That might be a good idea for a show, is going through the, I mean, I'd probably want to do 2 halves of the episode and have 2 different things that I had been RetroBriting, so we can start the initial wrapping and then UVing, and then have something that I can have prepared earlier. You know, one of the things I try not to do on this show. But for something like that, it might be useful. I mean, let me tell you, if RetroBriting is as good as just soaking your trays from your stove to get all the black stuff off that's broken in there, then it's a magic stuff. Oh, okay. No, never wrap. Interesting. Okay, it clumps, and wrapping equals streaks. Okay. See, this is why it's a good idea to have a large network of people who've tried different things before you, so you can listen to their ideas. Just because I'm a fan of learn to do by doing doesn't mean that you have to make all the mistakes of previous people. Sometimes you're allowed to stand on the shoulders of giants. Okay. Well, you know what? I am going to say that this is probably a good place. It's a couple minutes early, but we're going to do a quick break, and then we're going to come back and open up and start playing around with the 2GS. But before we do that, we should thank some of our gracious chat members here who have shown their desire to support the show and Loading Ready Run in general by dropping their subscriptions. We want to thank, let's start with Divides by Zero, who is subscribed for 10 months. Thank you so much. Nathan JGA, subscribed for 36 months. Name my eraser confidence. Gets smaller after every mistake. Drowsynth, coming in with 300 bits. Will this convince you? Consider me convinced. Joannatastic, subscribing for 19 months, actively magicking. Well, then, I think I might have just been jumping into the magic streams there, but hey, y'all get free resubs. JB Good, 91, subscribing for 6 months, thank you. Fighting Bases, subscribing for 2 months, been a long time, but finally in a position to subscribe again. Glad to hear it, and hope things continue in that direction. Diabeto 3241 subscribed for 24 months. Holy cow, 24 months, 2 years. The real 2 years. So glad to be supporting you guys for so long. Can't wait for 2 more. Me either. Anonymous Gifter is gifted 1 sub to Adarin, who is a brand new subscriber. Welcome to the channel as a subscriber. Rob Cater subscribed for 57 months. Oh, look, LRMTG. That's, you know what? That's still LRMTG. Connie Puddin subscribing for 75 months. Haven't played a real... That's magic. Too Many Knives subscribing for 18 months. There we go. That's me. Cranston Snord subscribed for 31 months. Thank you for your support. Mr. Dirty subscribing for 37 months. Thank you for your continued support as well. Texan Reverend coming in with 49 months. Thank you for sticking around with the channel. Mr. Lefisto, which is a great name, subscribing for that 2-year mark. Congratulations. And finally, Army Guy 0, subscribing with a sub baby. Still looking for that Kobo. All right. Like I said, we're going to have a short break, and we'll be back with more Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry in just a minute or 2, or probably 3, let's be honest. Don't go away. We'll be back. Welcome back! It worked, everyone, to Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry, where things are about to get physical and internal and gray actually. Platinum is the official color, or the official name of the color. Things are also about to get very, very fuzzy for me, apparently. High five. And... high five. Come on, focus. Focus. Ah, heck. Okay, fine, we're back. This is it. We've got it on the table here because we are going to be doing some fun stuff inside here in just a second. Thank you very much, Lady Aliers. That will help out immensely when we get to the stage where we're brightening things up. Oh, it's been a long time since I've opened one of these up, so it's been a long time since I've opened this one up specifically. You know what, just for fun, let's go around the back and have a look at some of these strangely modern ports for a lot of things. I mean, in terms of, you got it's the serial ports really is what I'm talking about. You get serial ports. I haven't seen one of those on a Mac or a computer in general in a very long time. Okay. So what do we got here? We've got a lot of open slots. Apple IIGS. Nothing in the game port. The board itself looks really clean. The caps seem... I'm not seeing any leakage from what I can see visually. But check under the power supply. Oh yeah, and the battery. And make sure the CMOS is not exploded as well. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see here. I've never disassembled one of these, so what's the process for getting you? Ah, there's a clip in front. It's a large boy PSU. I mean, it's good. Under no circumstances is this case to be opened. The power supply is not user serviceable. There are dangerously high voltages inside. The power supply case, in the event of difficulty, notify Apple Computer Inc. or your dealer for prompt service. Always turn the power off and wait 10 seconds, or 10 years in this case. Sorry, I was going to bring back my camera here. Hey, there we go. The guy who opened a mirrored drive door PSU, that'd be fun. One of the back burner projects I've got sitting around in my life is making a benchtop power supply unit out of an old computer PSU. What's the best way to? Sure. Yeah, it's just a phrase to scare people off who really shouldn't be attaching it. Wow, this is it. This is pristine in here. It doesn't even have the barcode label, or it says barcode label. Okay, so we're gonna want to get the battery out though, and just clip it as close to the leads as possible. You know what? I wonder if it's got anything in it. TBH. Is the power connector hot snotted on? No, it's in a clip. It's clipped in. It's good. It's good. Not. Okay. You know better than I at this point, Lady Aliers, about the batteries specifically, so I'm going to take your word for it. We're just going to trim that off right at the top. You'll probably want to install a socket, I'm guessing, there or something, but Tadaran lithium inorganic battery. Well, that's fun. But yeah, capacitors are At least they're intact. Okay. Just gonna slide this in here. So many interesting things that I'm not sure what they're for. Okay, and let's slowly click that back down there. Okay. One thing I'm happy about is we got the 2GS memory expansion slot in here, so that's nice. I guess there's nothing more to do at this point than oh wait, there is one thing to do. This is a piece of equipment I purchased a while back, not from Universal Soldier. They are not a sponsor of the show, though I do use them for a lot of things because they ship from in Canada. This was not shipped from in Canada, though. This is from Richard Dreher, creator of the CFFA 3000, which is a compact flash to Apple II device. And I believe that it just runs from slot 7. Is the one that we can put it in. And you best believe that I have loaded this up with a few pieces of software from my childhood in an effort to get some, what do you call it? Some nostalgia, because why not? Yeah, I think you were the one who recommended this to me, Lady Eliros. So I was really glad to get in on this run because they are a difficult card to come by, I understand, these days. Okay, case. Case goes back on. And then there's going to be some jiggery pokery here while I move a couple things around. Should have done that during the break, but you know what? Oh, that's a sound and a half. Get it in there. There we go. That's much more correct. Oh, he's not making them anymore, but parts are available. Well, that's something at least. Okay, I think the best way to set this up is going to be here. And then we're going to move the camera, and you're all going to get a shot at my kitchen in a second. Let's get that battery in there, put these keycaps there, drop it like it's hot. Okay, put this here. That's hopefully something that I'll be able to... that may block my lighting. We'll find out. You know what? We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Let's get the monitor. Oh, big chonker. I'd forgotten how heavy monitors were back in the day when I pulled this out. Oh, I gotta get that ancient Apple monitor connector too. There was a half second when I thought I should find a way to get this hooked up to HDMI, and then I remembered your talk, Lady Eliros, about streaming these devices, or streaming from the metal, as it were. It's not easy, and it's not something I think I can throw together just in 24 hours. But that said, if you would like to watch someone stream from vintage Apple II equipment, you could do much worse than checking out Lady Eliros' channel. I'm sure I can point you in the right direction. Okay. Poking my head back in every now and then because of reasons, I guess. Gotta get my extension cord over there too. Power is off. Power is off. Plugging in. 1. Okay, 1 is plugged. Let's get the other cable for the monitor. friends, this is exciting. I feel like I'm back in junior high, to be honest. It's the last time I saw one of these in the wild. Okay. Power has been inserted into the Apple IIGS. All right. Now we're going to bring, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wide like this. And then, hopefully, we can just do this, move this big old camera here. Please have enough cable length. Okay, don't spill the beer. Okay, hi. I'm still here. Don't even worry about it. That doesn't need to be at the top like that, but we do want to level out that tripod. Okay, no, that's not quite level, but that's going to be fine. All right, y'all are going to have to deal with this for a bit while we have fun here. Okay, let's push on. Well, first of all, let's get us over into the roaming position. Wait, with the half. There we go, because I'm still here. All right, we have a screen. One of my final pieces of hunting, too, is going to be tracking down the original ADB mouse. I've got the 2 right now, which it's still a classic design, but we'll see. Next project, custom oak and leather case for the 2GS to live in. Electrodyne, I kind of want to keep it out as a display piece in the living room or in the office, not my own personal office, and use it as a terminal with Getty. Because every now and then not every now and then, quite often I need to open up a terminal. So, why not have something, why not treat yourself and use something nice? I've actually seen some people out there have 3D printed, or at least released the STL files for 3D printed versions of the Apple Desktop Bus Mouse 1. Okay, here comes the moment of truth, because this is where things could go very wrong. I had notes, I think, on how to do this. Let's have a look. GS? No. Apple? TTSF. Okay, that's the one. Maybe it was notes.app. I do use that sometimes. Apple. Aha! Bingo! Oh boy, here we go. Monitor. Oh, that was ooh. Listening to a tube power up like that after years of going out is just a little bit squeaky sound. Let's turn up the volume, and we'll see if the brightness and whatnot needs that. Okay, and here we go. Tells you how long I haven't used these computers. It's I don't even know where the power switch is again. Is there a decals button? No. All right. We beseech thee, Saint Wozniak. Whoo! Launch. Check the startup device. Okay. Control. Aha! Control reset gets me there. Yep, and then PR7, and then immediately M. Hold on one second. I'm going to close a blind here so that hopefully you can see better. There we go. That's a little bit better. Maybe if we adjust this as well. There we go. That's close. Thank you. I rather enjoy my view too, but we're here to look at the Apple II, not, unfortunately, look out my window. Okay. Oh wow, I'm oh, hey Daniel, welcome to the chat. I'm putting my fingers down, and it's again been a while since I used my ADB keyboard because the dots are on the D and the K, which are in your middle fingers, not your first ones. Okay. I think I was able to get the CFFA set up specifically for the GS properly. So here, number 7. That feels like that should be faster than that. Just going back here and reading you all here. Yeah, okay. PR number 7. There's a previous mention of CFFA dip switches. Yeah, I thought that I'd had the dip switches set correctly. I believe it's mentioned in the manual here, or not the manual, but the... Yes, thank you, piece of paper, which says to me, here's configuration dip switches in case you have no internet access. Switch 7 is the most important one, down for Apple IIGS and Apple III, and up for everything else. Start with all switches off, up. Okay, well, I mean, we need to get into the, computer, so let's plunk it down here. Cliffordus, it was just getting it to work. Today's main goal was to fix the keyboard, which happened pretty quickly. Oh god, these monitors. Okay. Move this to the side. Case. Come on. The toolless case design is fantastic, but not always. There we go. And the problem isn't, let's be honest, the problem is me, not the case. Doing it from that angle isn't gonna help anything. Do the M and arrow key work? Those, I believe, do work. Okay, so my dip switches are up there. So 7 is in a... Okay. Switch 7 down. Power on self-tests. I mean, we might as well do a power on self-test, right? Okay, let's see here. Seeing some warp in this case. I mean, it is, well, it is kind of bendy. Plastic is good. plastic is real. So 7 is currently down. That's what we want. 6 down. Okay, well, let's turn it on and see what happens. I'm gonna bring the monitor up here. Ooh, and put it in my lap, because that's a good idea, right? Okay, monitor on, computer on. Check startup device. Okay. Well, all the little lights went flashy flash, so that's probably a good sign. Oh, turn on GS and hit the M key quickly. You got the manual up? Okay, so maybe I don't need to have the... Oh, you know what? That's a good point. If the M key doesn't work... Okay. Check startup device. Huh. Oh wait, we don't know if it doesn't work because we haven't actually checked it yet. So, M seems working fine. All right. Let's do a PR number 7. Hey, that's better. Something happened. But not what we want. That's weird. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just close this. I'm gonna close the thing up. Okie dokie. Control O, open Apple escape. All right, bring it back on here. Here we go. So let's try that reboot again. Control, open Apple, escape. Desk accessories. So what? Control panel. Aha, here we go. And what are we looking for here? Also, I know which one is down now. So if you've got the manual up, I'm going to follow your lead. Just because I'm... Oh, check slot 7. Slots, there we go. Slot 7, your card. Let's try that. Okay. 2GS, yeah. Well, a modem port's just that's the same as a serial port, right? Why not? Okay. And still missing. Okay. Interesting. What device were we trying to start it from? Yeah, so the CFFA dip switch is not set properly for GS, or the CFFA is not working correctly. That sounds kind of correct to me here. I mean... Ooh, I can change the background. Nice. Some of these are usable and some of these are not. Standards? Yes. Standards? Yes. Sound exists, which is amazing. System speed, fast. That shouldn't matter. Clock is... What does it think it is? Does this computer think that it's in 2021 right now? Put on normal for 8-bit games? Ooh, good, good. That might matter. Options, language, keyboard buffering. No, advanced features. Dual speed keys, high speed mouse, absolutely not. Slots. Now, it should be your card, correct? You know what, I understand that 6 is also an interesting one to try. Let's just try it just in case slot 7 is having a day. RAM disk. RAM disks are so good. If CF, then control escape should show a menu item. Oh! If it's working properly, it should show up in the slots as the CFFA rather than that card. That might, you know what? I'm wondering if the clock shouldn't matter. Oh yeah, no, it thinks it's 1921. So that, yeah, that shouldn't matter then. Okay, let's shut ourselves down here. And let's swap positions of the card. See if that fixes something. Get the monitor back off. What's up? Open the case from behind because it's easier from back here. Go. So, chat, remember when I was sharp? Hey, chat, remember when I was sharp and said, "Hey, I'm gonna put this thing in slot 7." And remember when we were talking about off by 1 errors earlier? Yeah, that's slot 7 right there, in between where I put it. It's in slot 6. I am the worst. Let's put it in slot 7, just because I might want to do something disky with number 6. Let's... I had one job, yeah. Okay, and in it goes. Good. Let's get that case back on. Turn it on. Turn it on. Donk, donk. Hey, it's the thing that we wanted, people. Okay. Now it's time to have fun. Now it's time for us all to have fun. Disk 2 slot, none. Disk 2 assignments, smart port devices, import new disk. Okay, I kind of forgot how to do this, but we'll just boot right into it and see what happens. Okay, control escape. So, disk 2 slot. Aha! This is how you get the, Oh, love that sound. Disk images. Here we go. Okay, what did we bring here? So I'm going to put this one in first. Let's assign that to 1. Because this is a use... Okay. Right, and we want to boot slot 7, right. Ah, good. Whew. But we're getting there. Disk 2 slot. Nope, that's for importing them. Disk 2 slot 7, thank you. Ah, right, because you're assigning disk 2 to slot 7. And then reboot. Yes! This was in fact a, this is a keyboard tester that was a piece of software from Kansas Fest 2019, and I thought this is the perfect thing to have when I'm working on a keyboard that I am repairing. So let's make sure all the keys work. Okay. Don't start with escape. Ugh. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0 plus. Great! Working. Great. GH, JKL, semicolon, that. Perfect. ZX, C, V, B, N, M, comma, tilde, space, backslash, and control. So it's not all the keys, but that's good. That's good. Okay, great. Perfect. Did it miss period? No, it did not. Good, I missed period. Return. So what are we missing there? Are those... Okay, that's... Up, down. That's what they were. Great! 10, 10, 11 works, 21 works, 8 works, M works, all good. Okay, the keyboard works. Let's load up some new disks here. Disk 2 assignments. So, system disks. Oops. There are no disks in here. Oh well. Blank Protoss disks, regular disks. So I have put a couple games in here that that were my favorite. Let's try Robot War, because I don't think that. Whoop. Okay. With extra robots? Well, yes, please. There we go. And then we... Quit and boot slot 7. Robot War! This is not a game I'm familiar with. What do I want to do? Start a robot battle? Assemble or test a robot? Edit robot source code? Switch sound. Wait. I guess we're in track mode now. So this is definitely a strategy game. Let's adjust the... This seems fun. Okay. Changing the scores. So, I'm just curious, what's in the robot source code? Oh god. This is outside of my range of expertise, and also I think, yeah, something happened here with the, yeah. You know what? This is, not something I'm going to be able to just poke myself through with. Yeah, it really reminds me of BattleBots or God, what's Robo Rampage? Not Robo Rampage. That board game. Anyway, peek and poke. God, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to Robo Rally. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some serious research if I want to play with that. Ooh. Smart port on my thing. Okay, let's get me back to disk images because I swear I had more than just those on there. Cider press, no, there's nothing in there. Oops. Could have sworn I added a few more. I want a package called Total Replay. Okay, regardless, I want to do a quick game through of one of my favorite games as a child. If you got laws, it won't see it then. Ah. Good to know. That seems really, really kind of useful. Thank you. Right. We need to go back up here. Disk images. Because I'm certain that I put Droll on here as well. But Chivalry is... Oops. One. Chivalry is probably the game I've played the most and one of my favorites. So let's see if it does a thing. Yeah, it doesn't run Doom, but there is Wolfenstein. Oh, hardcore! It's happening in my head already, but doesn't seem to be liking this this version. Maybe I need the different disc. Yeah, or bad image. That could be too. Oof. Hup. Good. Let's have a look here. Disk assignments. Let's delete that. Head back over. No, not firmware. Disk images. Let's try this one instead. Ah, many only work from slot 6. Assign disk 2 to slot 6. Disk 2 to slot 6. Okay. Then set 1 to slot 6, then the boot slot. Okay. S6 disk 1. Okay, let's try out the original one. Okay, then boot slot 6. Not a startup disk. Okay, maybe it's the other disk then that it comes with. Quit. PR number 7. Uh-oh. Keep hitting the wrong keys here. Okay, disk slot 6. It's seeing the disk, but it can't use it. Okay. Let's see if it's that one. Nope. Oh yeah, no, it's in spot 7 now. You wonder if the image is the wrong side of the chivalry disc? It might be. That's a good possibility too. Oh my. Oh, it was a double-sided one? That's... There we go. Well, smart port volumes. Don't think that matters. Where did I get the image? I think I got it off of the, I think I got it off of archive.org. So that's... Don't know how the smart port works, but sure. Okay. You know what? I'm going to... Ah, 4 a.m. crack. Okay. Let me see if I can get stuff into here. Because I can get stuff in. It's just a matter of, just a matter of getting it in there right now. Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to put us on a quick break, and then I'm going to go put these discs on the machine thing. And then I will be right back with, hopefully we can get at least one run through the game, just for funs. Just for funsies, why not? So yeah, like I said, just opening up Firefox so I can get this on another machine. Dear Firefox. Okay, thanks for joining us for this portion, Lady Heroes. We'll see you in the VOD. Okay, like I said, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with a bit more Tinker Tailor in just a few. Don't go away. And we're back, and I managed to grab the files. Hopefully they will work just fine for us. But apparently GSOS requires ROM version 1 for me to use that, so that's a big no. Let's load up our game, shall we? Disk slot assignments. No, not firmware. Disk images. Need to get used to these arrow keys, and I do not like them. 1. Then we escape. I see you, dealer. Okay. And then boot slot 6. Really? Huh. Okay, disk 2 slot is 6. 6 assignments. Chivalry disk. What is it, is your question. It is a, so I meant... Now I'm just trying to run back through here, looking at the, We seem to be doing a lot of not thinking aloud. I don't know why that shouldn't be. Everything look... Auto boot older apples. Yeah, no, that's not going to apply to us. This is beginning to get... So can we... I just want to make sure that we can boot something already. Oh, wait a second. Hold up. Disk assignments. Why did I put a blank Protoss disk in there? I meant to add this one. There we go. So let's see if that works. And then boot slot 6 again. Yeah! Why do I keep going to slot 6? That's my problem. Thank you. Sound of white noise. I think I've been horfing this up. Right. Okay. Okay, that sounds better. That's a start. But not a finish. Ah! I guess there's something about Chivalry that requires a different ROM? Slot 6 is where the drive controller canonically lived. That seems correct. Yep. Okay, so it might be, there might be something wrong with the, there might be something wrong with the file. Well, that's unfortunate. Daniel, thank you for the help too. These are things that I either never knew when I was actually first doing these the first times, or just didn't internalize. Yeah, I thought I had Droll on here, but apparently I did not. Yeah, I think I'm... You get a copy of Droll. Wow. I would love to. Unfortunately, I think I actually got my copy of Droll as a ancient pirated version from one of my father's friends. But let's see. I think the problem is that it should be showing up here in disk images, but I think the disk file is what's currently the file format for the disks is what's not working for Droll. It was a 2mg file, which I think is not compatible, as far as I can tell. Otherwise, one would guess it's showing up. But that, yeah, that kind of unfortunately... Wait, is that making a sound? No, that's the keyboard that's making the sound. Well, I'm sorry, friends. I was hoping I'd be able to get us to the stage where we could play a little game and enjoy that while we were coming to the end of the stream, but I think this is something we might have to bring back for the future. I kind of like the way I'm just using the camera to throw this up on a monitor. That if I do come back to streaming these GS games, probably going to do it like this, because this is kind of fun. I like the look of it. That said, we should probably thank just a few more people here for their generous support of the channel, including Coffee Princess, who subscribed for 16 months. Happy to resub on my B-Day, but I'll have to catch the VOD. Can't drive a forklift and stream unless I'm playing Shenmue. Ooh, wow, yeah, well, happy birthday and enjoy the forklifting. Coronex CJ subscribed for 23 months. Thank you for your continued support. Thermolus has subscribed for 57 months. Thank you. I super appreciate you sticking around for such a long time. Acromonk subscribing for 46 months. Thank you for your support as well. And we have to thank the... Sorry, I'm just wondering, who have I got? What's this window open? That's the right one. Okay, good. Hypernight G subscribing for 7 months. I mean, at least it turned on and all. And yeah, at least it did turn on. At least I'm not in the process now of cleaning out boatloads of oozed fluid from who knows what sort of capacitors that are around there. Okay. Yeah, I think I might just have this completely misconfigured, Daniel. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look at this offline, I think, rather than attempt to focus on the screen. Ooh, wow, that's a nice halo that around my hand. Okay, enough with the fun there. Folks, thanks so much for watching Tinker, Tailor, Solder, Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. It's been an absolute blast to have y'all here. Coming up in the schedule, which you can find at loadingreadyrun.com/live, which is a schedule you can check online, you may be able to see that the next show is Play It Forward, which I think that might not be happening. I'm not entirely sure. I thought Cam was done with Bloodborne. That said, the next stream after that I absolutely do know is happening, and that's Checkpoint Plus. Happening at 2 p.m. till 3:30. If you like Checkpoint, check that out. And then, of course, the Friday Night Paper Fight comes back. I believe they're doing they're doing something magic based, and it's gonna be fun. You should check it out. Oh, Alex is finishing Carrion. Okay, good. Yes, then that is coming back. Let's see here. If you are watching this on twitch.tv, which you are, check out youtube.com/loadingreadylive. It's where all of our streamium content goes up. We put all our VODs up there, and you can check out the archives if you like what you see. And if you'd like to see more, well, check out youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. That's where all of our premium content goes. Basically all the sketches, and the big stuff that's not just improvised and game-based. What else do we usually talk about at the end of these streams? Thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support here at twitch.tv. Thank you to those of you who are subscribed over at the Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. And I think that is generally it. And if it's not, you know what? Y'all can go to loadingreadyrun.com and find out all about us there. Boy, it's crow o'clock out time right now. I can hear hear it going on. Thanks so much again. This ends our broadcast day here at the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. As we say every time, ever forward, never learning. Good night, folks. And